My name is Rafael Valentin. I'm a CPA and small business consultant, and what I want to do today is help you build a loyal client base. Have you ever been afraid of losing that particular client because you're afraid of the potential they have to disrupt the operations of your business? Well, me too. We've all been there, small business owners and entrepreneurs. So what I want to do today through this video is just help rid you of that fear. And the first thing that I would recommend you do is you start positioning yourself as a partner of your client's business versus a commodity. We know that commodities are very replaceable. These are things like traditionally, when you think of commodities, these are things like a certain brand of grocery, a certain brand of clothing, things that are very replaceable. Whether you wear a shirt from Nike or a shirt from Adidas, it's not really going to make a huge difference versus if you switch from one CPA to another. There's a workload, there's trust that you've established with that particular person. So it's very hard to switch from one person to another that positions themselves as a partner in your business or in that client's business. And the way that you position yourself as a partner in your client's business is by working your way up what I've laid out here, this trust pyramid. I want to give credit where credit is due, and this particular trust pyramid is an idea of an author by the name of Alan Weiss, and in his book, The Consulting Bible. So if anything I say interests you today, what I want you to do is just give this book a quick read because it is filled with a bunch of good stuff. And so the goal of the trust pyramid is to continue to build trust with ideal clients. You're not going to do this with every single client, but the ones that are ideal, that pay you a lot of money, that are your avatar, you're going to want to work your way up this trust pyramid. And what I will say is that the first two tiers of the trust pyramid are business related, whereas the last or the top three tiers are personal related. Because as you grow your business, you'll have to grow as a person. And when you grow as a person and actually truly care about the clients that you're serving is when you'll earn their trust and start to work your way up into higher tiers of the trust pyramid. But let's start from the bottom. When I get a referral from someone I trust, I have a baseline trust in that referral. If you receive the referral for pressure washing your house and it's from it's your mom, it's your parents that have referred this person to you, you're gonna have a innate trust in that referral because you trust the people that sent that referral over to you. And this is the bottom tier. This is tier one of the trust pyramid. Maybe you've seen some marketing, they've ran an ad and you've seen an ad, you clicked on that ad, or you received a referral from someone that you trust. That means that that particular business established some baseline level of trust in you. The second level of trust is perceived expertise. So maybe you got a referral from that particular person that you trust, and then you saw that this particular business or business owner has content on the web, and you start to digest that content, and they put out a lot of, videos, you read their website, they put out materials in the form of articles, and you start to read all these things, and you get enraptured by what they put out. Therefore, you perceive them to be an expert because of what you read. And that's the next tier of trust. The third tier of trust, again, we're working our way into the personal side of the trust tier, is the affiliation need. And this simply means that people like you, so they want to work with you. I can remember a specific time where I was responding to comments on a Facebook post where I had helped save this person a couple $1,000s in taxes, and they were referring to me as a tax coach. And a client that I now have said, I don't know what a tax coach is, but it sounds like I need to get one. And through our conversation of her essentially just needing someone to help her save money on taxes, I was able to reach this tier of trust pretty quickly because, not to toot my own horn, but she did like me, therefore she hired me, even though she didn't have a particular need. The next level of the trust pyramid I want to talk about is the intellectual respect / track record part of the trust pyramid. And what this simply means is that you're experienced and you've delivered, you presented a solution to a particular client and you delivered on that solution. Therefore, you've enforced trust in them because of what you said and what you did. Therefore, they can respect your intellect and also respect your track record, therefore earning you increased level of trust. And then the highest tier of the trust pyramid is emotional connection. You've built equity in your audience. And this is the biggest thing, because when you start to build emotional connections in your clients is when you'll have clients become more like family than just clients. And if you can reach this tier of the trust pyramid with 4, 5, 6, 10, 20 people, they'll have such a hard time replacing you that even when they go through times of financial stress and struggle, they won't replace you because you've been like a huge part of their business. And the way that I would recommend you do this is send your clients gifts. Every Christmas, I try to send my ideal clients gifts to let them know that I'm thinking about them. If we ever have a consultation or a talk and I feel like they can benefit from something I've read recently, I'll just send the book to them. So you can see how that means more and can do more for a client than just me being their CPA that just answers the questions that they have. It lets my client know that I'm thinking about them, and we establish that emotional connection. So if I can get you to do anything, is just to work on establishing that emotional connection with a few clients. Your top 5% clients, work on doing that. And that's all from me today. If you got any value, as always, just click that subscribe button. It helps the channel a lot. And again, I'll be putting out these videos every so often, and I hope that you can just continue to get some value from them. If you have any questions, as always, you can find the link in the comments or the link in the description to my Calendly. I would love to talk to you. We'd love to answer any questions that you have, and I'll see you in the next one.